So you used to be a supporter of Elon Musk's vision. What happened? What changed your mind?
Liberal actress and activist Alyssa Milano getting a bit of a history lesson after she thought she pulled one over on new Twitter CEO Elon.
Alyssa Milano just proved that money can't buy common sense. She tried to call out Elon Musk by ditching her Tesla for another car brand. But here's the twist. That brand's founder has a pretty questionable past. Oops. Her attempt to make a statement backfired in a big way. Want the full scoop? Keep watching. It's worth it.
Electric adding, I'm not sure how advertisers can buy space on Twitter. Publicly traded companies' products being pushed in alignment with hate and white supremacy doesn't seem to be a winning business.
Alyssa Milano thought she was making a bold statement by trading in her Tesla for a Volkswagen. Her reason? She didn't like Elon Musk taking over Twitter. She tweeted, I gave back my Tesla. I bought a Volkswagen electric vehicle. I love it. Then, she went on a rant about hate speech and white supremacy on the platform. But the internet wasn't buying it. People quickly pointed out the irony. She was protesting hate by supporting a company that has some pretty dark history. Instead of making a strong statement, she just showed she didn't do her homework.
More than one sharing that the company started out as a state-owned enterprise in Nazi Germany. Musk's response? Well, he responded with the crying, laughing.
Volkswagen was founded by the German Labor Front, a Nazi organization, and even used forced labor during World War II. But Alyssa Milano clearly missed that history lesson in her rush to make a statement. She ditched her Tesla for a Volkswagen, and the internet went wild. Memes flooded social media before she could even think about deleting her tweets. People even dug up old Volkswagen ads featuring Hitler. Yeah, it got that bad. And Elon Musk. He didn't have to say a thing. Just posted a crying, laughing emoji. Sometimes, less really is more.
Volkswagen was literally founded by Nazis and Hitler.
How do you not know that?
1937, the Nazi government founded Volkswagen.
Oof, that one stone. You think Alyssa Milano would backtrack after the backlash, right? No. She doubled down. She went on The View to defend herself, and it was a total train wreck. She started ranting about billionaires, especially Elon Musk, saying, I'm so annoyed with all these billionaires, except a few, but especially Musk. Her big argument, he spent billions to buy Twitter just to destroy it. But here's the irony. Milano is a millionaire herself. A millionaire lecturing billionaires on how to spend their money? Yikes. And her suggestion, Musk should have given that money to UNICEF to end world hunger. The problem? Under Musk, Twitter's actually thriving, more users, more activity. So her argument completely flopped. The best part? Even the other hosts on The View looked like they wanted to disappear, while the audience sat there, totally lost. Milano stumbled over her words, struggling to justify why she swapped Tesla for Volkswagen. You'd think someone would have pulled her aside and said, hey, maybe don't complain about rich people when you're rich yourself. But nope, she just kept digging that hole deeper. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, she took her PR disaster to the next level. This time, a GoFundMe campaign that had everyone shaking their heads. She launched a fundraiser for her son's baseball team, asking for $110,000 to help fund their trip. Sounds harmless, right? Except for one little detail. Milano and her husband are worth an estimated $10 million. Yeah, let that sink.
Backlash over trying to raise money for her son's baseball team. It all started last week when Alyssa posted a link to a GoFundMe page to help raise $10,000 for her son's team trip. But some people were asking why Alyssa didn't fund it.
People were not having it when they found out. And honestly, can you blame them? Here's a millionaire celebrity asking everyday folks, many struggling to afford groceries, to chip in for her kid's baseball trip. And it's not like she's the only one with money. Her husband is a top Hollywood agent, so they're more than financially comfortable. Yet somehow they couldn't spare a few thousand for their son's team. Come on. The backlash was brutal. One comment summed it up perfectly. Why is she asking for money from people who can barely buy groceries? Ouch. And they weren't wrong. So how did Milano handle it? Did she apologize? Admit she messed up? Nope. Instead, she went with a classic mood. She turned off the comments on her GoFundMe. Because if you can't handle the heat, just shut it down, right? But wait, it gets even worse. She then started retweeting old crowdfunding campaigns, basically saying, "See? Everybody does this. Come on, Alyssa. That's not going to work." And just when you thought she couldn't dig the hole any deeper, she showed off her $200,000 Porsche, right after asking for donations. Talk about a slap in the face. And this wasn't just any Porsche. It had a custom paint job worth $144,000, more than what most people make in several years. People were furious, and they had every right to be. One tweet nailed it. You're driving a $200,000 car, but can't pay for your son's trip. Seriously? Hard to argue with that logic. Then there's the Volkswagen situation. Remember how she made a big deal about ditching her Tesla for a VW? Now people are wondering if she even bought one. Because let's be real, if you're rolling around in a six-figure luxury car, do you really need a Volkswagen? Her whole eco-friendly, anti-Musk stance is looking more and more like a PR stunt. And it's not just regular people who are over it. Word is, even Hollywood is backing away. No one's throwing shade directly. This is Hollywood after all. But her old co-stars suddenly seem too busy for reunions and are conveniently forgetting to mention her in interviews. Subtle, but brutal. So what's next for Alyssa Milano? Can she bounce back, or is this the beginning of her Hollywood exit? One thing's for sure, she's become the poster child for celebrity hypocrisy, and it sparked a much bigger conversation. Do these stars actually believe in the causes they preach, or is it all just for show? This whole mess is a masterclass in how not to do celebrity activism. From ditching a Tesla to flaunting a Porsche, she's turned it into the hypocrisy Olympics. The takeaway: if you're going to take a stand, maybe do some research first. Or better yet, just stay off Twitter. Because if there's one thing we've learned, it's that the internet never forgets.
Electric adding, "I'm not sure how advertisers can buy space on Twitter. Publicly traded companies' products being pushed in alignment with hate and white supremacy doesn't seem to be a winning business."
Volkswagen was founded by the German Labor Front, a Nazi organization, and even used forced labor during World War II. But Alyssa Milano clearly missed that history lesson in her rush to make a statement. She ditched her Tesla for a Volkswagen, and the internet went wild. Memes flooded social media before she could even think about deleting her tweets. People even dug up old Volkswagen ads featuring Hitler. Yeah, it got that bad. And Elon Musk. He didn't have to say a thing. Just posted a crying, laughing emoji.